Episode 6, the importance of sharing your story. Hi all, Bishoy Tadros here, author of Break Barriers, and I'm here to help you channel the mindset to overcome any of life's obstacles, whether personal, professional, or on the playing field. I want you to walk away from all my videos thinking, if he can do it, then so can I. And I promise you that you can overcome it all. If there's one thing that life has taught me, it's that barriers are meant to be broken. So far, if you've kept up with this channel, you've heard my formula and you know about the 3 Ps. Patience, perspective, and purpose. You've learned a little bit about what I look for in a mentor or a servant leader, and hopefully you've uncovered tidbits about the power of your community and the people who help shape your daily self-talk. Today, I'm going to shift gears a little bit. I'm going to talk to you about the power of sharing your story, literally airing out the story that is you and what life has taught you. No, I'm not suggesting you write a book or give a TED Talk, but hear me out. If you've listened to a few of my messages, you've probably picked up on the fact that I talk about energy a lot. When I say energy, I refer to the vibrations of your mindset or the thoughts that you project out into the world. We've all been in situations where someone has either lit up a room or sucked the life out of it, and generally both situations could be sniffed out rather quickly. To be clear, it's okay to have your off days, so perfection is not the goal here. You won't win every room, and that's fine because that would be a very tall order. But what if I told you that by coming to terms with and sharing your story, that you're equipping yourself to light up more of the rooms you walk into? Okay, maybe you don't really care to light up more rooms and you just want to go about your business. Fine. But what if I told you that by simply sharing your story and building off the energy of that release from your system, you're now empowering someone else to also shed some weight of their own? If you're not going to share your story for you, then maybe you should consider doing it for your neighbor. By finding your voice on the path to telling your story, you may not realize it, but you're actually also giving someone a voice of their own. For example, I never envisioned I would one day have a YouTube channel, let alone publish Break Barriers. But now that I have, I'm confident that there is someone out there thinking, well, if he did it, then maybe I should too. As far as I see it, that's a win, because maybe by sharing my story, I stirred up someone else's potential. You see, none of this came about because I was a good writer or because I knew how to edit videos. Full disclosure, I don't think I'm talented with either. No, this all started when I decided it was time to tell people a story that only I could tell. And I caught wind of the fact that if even just one person was listening, and if somehow my story gave that one person hope that maybe they can overcome an obstacle, then it was worth it. Whether you're brought into sharing your story for yourself or for others, it's okay. Everyone should operate on their own time, and there is no deadline that says by the time you're 30, you need to have to come to terms with your personal narrative. For today's practical application, I want to help you articulate your story, and I want you to understand that telling your story doesn't have to mean a biographic sequence of events. The very first time I shared my story, I titled it, "The Comeback is Always Greater Than the Setback." And the context of the story was more so around the lessons I learned in life, similar to the topics I cover on this channel. What I avoided doing my first time around was I didn't want to drill my audience with the details of who, when, and where. I simply wanted people to know that my life has depicted the benefits of perseverance through the experience of my circumstances. I used catchy phrases that resonated with me, and I made the narrative as relatable as possible. Your story doesn't have to get personal, but it can still be freeing. The thing about your narrative is that no one else outside of you can speak to it. I remember my first time being asked to present to a large audience around Break Barriers, and the realization that no matter what I say on stage, I couldn't have been questioned because no one knows the story better than I do. It's a wonderful kind of validation that your path is indeed special. You don't have to aim to light up every room, but by cultivating and perhaps one day sharing your story, you are captivating an energy encompassing self-liberation while simultaneously empowering your audience, no matter how big or small. I hope this video was a helpful tool to help you embrace the idea of sharing your story as a part of the journey to navigating life's obstacles. I'm excited to carry on with you, helping you to channel the mindset to breaking your barriers.